Hey, what's up, Wave Healing Nation? Welcome back to another show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, just real quick, if you have not done so, please go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please make sure you're following us on all social media platforms at Tsunami Healing. And thank you guys again for tuning in. I just had the opportunity to go to Lionsgate Entertainment Studios in Santa Monica, California for the Sisu movie screening. And this one was a really fun one. And this was my first time being at a movie screening at Lionsgate, hopefully the first of many. And big shout out to Cinematic Red PR. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And it was just a great night. It was a lot of fun. The movie actually comes out April 28th, so we're very close to release date. And it's made by Lionsgate. These are the same people that have bought you the Hunger Games franchise, Rambo, John Wick, and many, many others. So this film is very, very special because it actually has a majority of cast from Finland. They're Finnish. The writer and director himself is from Finland, and so is the lead actor. And I believe this film was actually filmed out in Finland, a lot of it. So, really cool one for me to just be a part of. And this was my kind of movie. This was, it has a very Rambo and John Wick feel to it, kind of one man versus an entire army type feel. And there was a lot to it. So let's go ahead and jump in. I am probably butchering these names, and I do apologize. But it was written and directed by Jamari Helander, and it stars Jorma Tamila. And I hope to get some of the people, some of the talent, the writers, directors, potentially, for interviews later. But thank you guys again for tuning in. So this movie lasts 91 minutes, about an hour and a half, perfect running time, and wasn't too long, too short. And just a quick synopsis for you guys. So, during the last desperate days of World War II, a solitary prospector, Jorma, crosses paths with Nazis on a scorched earth retreat in northern Finland. When the Nazis steal his gold, they quickly discover that they have just tangled with no ordinary miner. While there is no direct translation for the Finnish word Sisu, the legendary commando himself embodies what the Finnish concept or term Sisu means. It's basically a white-knuckled form of courage and unimaginable determination in the face of overwhelming odds. And no matter what the Nazis throw at him, this one-man death squad, you will see, goes through outrageous lengths to get his gold back, even if it means killing every last Nazi in his path. So to kind of sum that all up, basically what you're going to see and what this movie is about is it's about this ex-commander, ex-military commander who becomes a gold miner. He finds gold, he strikes gold, and on his way back to turn it all in, he runs into a army of Nazis, and I guess you can imagine the rest. But again, this was a really fun one for me. It's my kind of stuff. Not a like deep storyline, pretty easy to follow, and just a lot of action, a lot of killing, a lot of blood, a lot of guts, a lot of gore. You definitely don't want to take the kids to go see this one. Not that type of movie. This is more for adults only, fun night out, and just hearing other people talk about it and just having conversations. It's one kind of for us right now. As every adult out there is angry for multiple reasons. We're dealing with a lot of problems in the world today. So what best than taking it to the big screen and killing Nazis? Right? So that's kind of basically what you're gonna get. It's pretty crazy. You have a lot of moments like, man, how did he do that? How's he still alive? Type of thing. Kind of like how, again, you would see from like Rambo or John Wick. So if you go in there with that expectation, it'll make for a good time. I love the crowd that I was a part of at this night. There was a lot of laughter. There were a lot of cheers. But I did want to dive a little bit into the characters a little bit. I actually, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I actually really love the villain in this movie, the commander who's out to get this ex commander, the gold miner. But the villain in this one, yes, he is a Nazi general. But I love his hat and I love his coat and I loved his overall look and the way he approached this character. I believe the person who played him is originally Finnish. But he kind of looked like Bison from Street Fighter, if you remember that character. And I actually believe Bison was a German general in the game too. So he looks a lot like that. He has that type of feel and that whole demeanor to him. But yeah, it's probably not a character you're gonna see people cosplaying at Comic-Con. But I think if I ever had to choose, I would go that route because I really like this whole getup. It's really funny. So this gold miner who has these special set of skills, who kills all these Nazis, he has kind of this aura about him, kind of like a Chuck Norris, if you will. There were a lot of stories that went around behind his name and behind who he was. You're not sure if they're true or not, but as the movie unfolds, you start to believe more and more of it because this guy won't die, and he just keeps taking people out by himself. He finds a way, and it's pretty crazy. But that's what you get. You get a lot of that. There is the dog. I think the dog in the movie is kind of the relief, if you will. I don't know if it's so much comedic, but everybody loves the dog. You know, you don't want to see the dog die. You don't want to see the dog get hurt. So the dog is there for I think for the main character's well-being. You know, he doesn't have a lot to really fall back on, and even though he is protecting the dog a lot throughout the movie, I think that it's just there for his, emotional support, right? So that I don't want to give too much more away. I think go see it again. It comes out in theaters April 28th, and I was just grateful and excited to be a part of this. I did want to share a little bit of the experience that night. Again, this was my first time at Lionsgate. When you get there, we got to hang out in the lobby. It was really nice. They actually have a screening room right there beside the lobby. It's kind of like a mini movie theater, if you will. And that night they let us hang out in the what they call the green room, or also like the CEO lounge. Really nice area. Got a couch, conference table, kitchen to the side. So you got to hang out there, and it just made for a good night. I also got to meet a lot of other cool people from different press outlets. Shout out to that hashtag show. Gosh, man, I can't speak right now. I keep meeting people from that hashtag show, and I got to meet Hunter that night, and I hope to get to work with you guys very soon. You guys are at all the events, so really nice to keep running into you guys, and it'd be really cool to collab, especially on some wrestling stuff. So if you're out there listening, that hashtag show, if I could say it, hope to work with you guys soon. It's really good just to see these events coming back, I think. I was talking to some other people there, and they were telling me about some of the other press screenings and red carpet events that they've done. And I think now, just coming out of the pandemic, not having to worry about masks as much, and not having to worry about whether or not we're just going to be safe in general. And yes, the precautions and the safety's still there, because you never know, what's going around, whether it be flu, COVID, or something else. I think we're much more cautious coming out of the pandemic, but it's just nice to be able to be around people again and have the option of wearing a mask or not. Because I know a lot of people have been vaccinated, so we do feel a lot more safe, and we're kind of past it. To the point that we're able to do these things again. So I'm hoping that we'll see more and more of these type of events, and you're going to see more of these type of events on the YouTube channel for Tsunami Healing. We have definitely shifted, as you can tell, to working with directors, writers, actors, producers, that sort of thing, and being at these red carpet events as my life has delved more and more into acting. Um, so it was a really crazy week for me because I had the screening on Tuesday night, and then I actually booked and filmed a commercial on Wednesday night. So it was a very LA Hollywood lifestyle, actor lifestyle, if you will. So I was very grateful and happy to be a part of all this. So again, thank you to Cinematic Red PR for the opportunity. Uh, really excited and looking forward to continuing to work with you. Um, and thank you, Lionsgate Entertainment, for the invitation. Thank you for having us and allowing us to come that night and just have a good night out. And go see the movie Sisu, coming out in theaters April 28th. Follow all the social media at Sisu Movie. And it was a great one. Looking forward to the next one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.